Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Your Weekly Therapy podcast. My name is Mr. Williams, or Tell Williams. I'm a social worker and a therapist. Sorry, I'm very distracted by this adorable little dog. And over here we have...
I'm Anne-Marie DiPietro, and I am, again this week, still a nurse practitioner.
I love that though.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully our loyal listeners will eventually not need to know what we do.
Right, we can probably after a while maybe...
Like, it's Anne-Marie.
You know what I do. Okay, so something really embarrassingly happened to me. Well, two embarrassing things. But the first one was I auditioned to do a musical, inadvertently kind of, because initially I didn't audition for the musical, I auditioned for a play, but that's not the point of the story. I was trying to figure out what to wear to this audition. I auditioned to be the MC in Cabaret, the musical. And you don't wear costumes to an audition. That'd be like super embarrassing. But you don't want to dress like something that like wouldn't make them even consider or feel like you can look like the character, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm just gonna wear like something black, you know. And if you don't know Cabaret, the musical, like the MC is usually this like sexy kind of like host of the show. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I'm going to do that, buy a few things, and then I'm going to ask the internet what I should wear. And apparently the internet was distracted by the video.
Oh my gosh, let me read my favorite ones.
Okay. Oh, wait, the whole thing fell. Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Me and Tell's husband went through them yesterday, and we were dying. You were like completely unaware of how good they were. Good thing.
I had never. I don't look through the comments.
All right, this is one of my favorites. You knew damn well what you were doing, Mr. Williams. Black or not, that thing will give Drake a run for his money. I ain't mad. I'm just saying, we see you. I love that.
I don't know why they unhinged. Like I am blushing so much right now. I don't.
There's little emoji alarms too, like on the top of a police car. Yeah.
I don't.
It's amazing.
I don't know why. I almost never go through my comments, or if I do, I only go through like the top few comments, and most of the comments were just like outfit number 1, outfit number 2, outfit number 3. I didn't think
he didn't see the gems.
Yeah.
What's the musical? Magic Mike on Broadway?
No. I could. No.
I mean, that's like a pretty big compliment being compared to Channing Tatum.
It is. I'll take that. But we don't look anything alike.
I mean, you're right.
There's no way.
He's like one of the only straight men that I would say is attractive or like consider switching over for. Do you know who the other one is?
Who?
Taye Diggs.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Right? I call him my man.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. He is. Mm-hmm. He's good. Mm-hmm. He's everything. Absolutely.
Love.
Agree with that.
Love. Mr. Williams, please. Your bulge just told me to STFU and get in the kitchen.
I don't get that one. And like the other ones I can kind of get, but that one I was like, no, I would never say that to anyone.
I mean, I don't know that I get it either, but it's funny.
It's funny.
I love that your bulge was talking.
Why?
I mean, it was, I couldn't find the comments that said like they froze the video and zoomed in.
That's so embarrassing.
But I don't know what they were zooming in on, but I loved it for you.
Jeez. What's that one?
Oh, you can read this one. This is a good one.
Oh my God. So Jason told me about this one yesterday and I was mortified. Dude, you're smoking hot, but as a straight man, I cannot understand seeing that hog and thinking, yeah, put that in me. What is wrong with people? What on Al Gore's internet, they're posting this.
Well, I mean, should a straight man really be thinking like put that in me from a dude anyway?
I don't know. I
mean, do you? But like, I don't know if you're like, straight,
baby,
sir.
do whatever you want, but then you're posting it on the internet,
right?
on the Instagram. It was unhinged. These comments.
Oh, you going on a trip? I only asked because you are packing.
No. No. Why?
What in the tell?
Yeah, it's So I think I've learned my lesson now that if I'm going to be doing a not get ready with me, but what's it called? What should I wear video? Already start with an outfit on, fully clothed, like maybe jeans or
baggy sweatpants.
Baggy sweatpants, but not briefs, and not even briefs. They were trunks and a tank top.
Definitely wasn't expecting a package today, but hey.
Oh my God, what do they? I'm not Amazon.
I mean, that would have been a good one.
Oh my God. Yep. So that was my.
Your husband is a lucky man.
No.
Jason was probably like, bleh.
He's probably like, ooh, not this, not this. Again, people are just like absolutely unhinged, but it like.
I love everything about it.
It's funny for other people like to tell me what it says or go through it, but I'd have so much anxiety going like through.
I texted you after I read them and I was like, I am cringe city on this post right now.
Oh my God. You know, this is the thing though. This is like, I feel like what makes me a bad influencer is because I'm like, oh, I'll jump on this. Like people do. I love doing like get ready with me's, but they're always super boring. So I forget I'm doing them. So they end up just me being completely quiet, being like putting stuff on. I'm like, oh God, you're supposed to talk and like entertain people. And I forget to, because I can't do more than one thing at a time. And so like when I tried doing stuff like this, I'm like, this was a fail or a win for, I guess, the people who commented. But
it seemed like it was a pretty big win overall.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Just absolutely
love it. Love that so much.
Um,
But I mean, while we're on the topic of embarrassing, maybe the public would like to know other embarrassing things that we've done.
Please. I mean, I feel like I was talking to some clients like the past few weeks and I didn't realize like I didn't know if it was like the ADHD, I didn't know if it was the autism or what, but I get more than embarrassed. I don't even know how to explain the feeling I get when other people are talking to me about like little things that either embarrass them or big things that I do. I'm like, okay, I'm glad to know that I'm not the only person that gets like my mental health affected when something embarrassing happens to me, you know, like messing up on talking. So we were talking about embarrassing shit that's happened to us. And we were talking about, what was the question you even asked? You were like, something about like, have you ever shit your pants? And I was like, yes.
Right.
Everyone's shit their pants.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody poops their pants.
Oh, for sure.
How many times have you pooped your pants though? Like as like someone who should not be pooping their pants. Like as an adult.
Well, I mean, I feel like also like the 12-year-olds shouldn't be pooping their pants during the day. Like I remember distinctly pooping my pants when I was like 12 or 13.
At school?
No.
Oh.
I was at my best friend at the time rode horses and I was at the barn with her. Wait, this is so bad. This is such a bad story. I don't even know if I've ever told this to anyone. It's so embarrassing. And I don't know what happened, but I remember distinctly I was wearing these heather gray leggings, stirrup leggings. This was back in, I don't know, 1999 probably. And it happened and it was messy, let's just say. Okay.
Did you not feel good or like?
I don't know. I truly do not remember that part, but I like did my best to like, you know, clean it up because what was I going to do? Like go tell my friend's mom that I pooped my pants? That's so embarrassing. So I was like, well, I'll just like, you know, try to clean up as much as I can and then we'll go right home after this, right? Except then her mom was like, do you guys want to go to dinner? I had to go to Ruby Tuesdays after having shit my pants. And I remember being at the salad bar like, this is so bad.
I cannot fucking imagine taking a Shadoobie in my pants and then having to go to Ruby Tuesdays. Because baby, you're asking for round 2 of a poopers.
Yeah, and it was a lot. And it was a large amount.
That could not be me.
Yeah.
I would be mortified if that happened to me.
Yeah.
How did round 2 just not immediately start up?
I just don't know.
Ruby Tuesday is the reason why people shit their pants.
I know.
It's not a reward for doing it.
I know. I know. And I'm like, now as an adult, I'm like, oh my God, did I smell like I shit my pants?
Oh, you had to have.
I know.
There's no way.
Like, what if I got it in her car?
And they just like never told you.
They drove a Maserati and a Ferrari.
No.
Swear.
Oh, they sold it. Mm-hmm. It's gone. They
For
torched
sure.
it. They were like, we'll take the insurance money. You can't recoup from that.
Yeah. No.
I okay, I don't know. I've pooped my pants a lot. I don't know why. And it's not like I'm like think it's funny. Like, I mean, it is reflecting on it, but at the time it's not like I'm doing it on purpose, right? No, I don't think most people would shit themselves on purpose, right? So I was in college and I think I went on a date. It was either I went on a date or I went with my best friend, but we went to Del Taco and
oh gosh.
Okay. And so we go there, and the tacos just tasted funny. Like they're very gray, kind of whatevs, you know, like the chicken in them.
Ew.
And I was like, okay, whatever. But it was like we're poor college students, and it was like $2, you know, tacos or $1 taco or whatever it was. So it's the end of the semester. I was driving a Saturn stick shift. I don't even know if it had like a name. I think it was just like LS Saturn. Like we're talking like an old shitty car. In the window, or the AC didn't work, and the windows would only crack about half full. Okay, so just keep this in mind.
Okay.
So I leave from lunch at the Del Taco, and I'm
Okay.
like, I need to go take my U.S. history final.
Oh,
and so
no.
I get home, and I'm like not feeling great. And my roommate, who had also had Del Taco, was like, I'm not feeling good either. I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. I have a final. I don't know if my professor will let me take this like not in person. And this is at the time where you took finals like paper pen,
Right.
Like not online,
Right.
Not virtual, you know, all that.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know like what to do. So she got out of it. Like we didn't have the same class, but she got out of her final for that day. She didn't have to go in because she's like, my stomach doesn't feel good. I'm like, you know, mine doesn't feel good, but she was like shit in her brains. I'm like, I'll be fine, right? So I lived far enough from campus that I drove, and it was also very, very hot. And I get there, and I'm sitting down to take the exam, and I'm sweaty. I'm like, I'm just sweaty because I don't have AC, and like the building's like super cool with the building's AC. And I'm starting to take it, and I started getting the
Oh,
and I was like,
my God.
okay. And then like I'm kind of like squeezing so I don't like chew or anything like that, because that'd be really embarrassing in a dead silent final. The stomach gurgles are enough. People are starting to look. And I was like, okay. So I walk up and I'm like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. And she's like, totally fine. If you go, though, you have to submit your final. Well, I'm only like 30 minutes into this final. And I'm like, okay, I'm not even like halfway done. I can't just submit this. I'll fail the class. So I'm like, okay, I got this. So I sit back down and it like goes away. And that's when you know you're in trouble.
Yes, I was going to say, when that poop feeling passes,
Yeah.
it is.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
I sit down. I get a couple questions in. The blah, 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 stomach gurgles come back. And people can hear this. And I'm like, I'm fine. But then I start getting the chills. I start getting the sweats, the cold sweats. I'm like, this is not going to end well. And then it got to the point where like the pinching wasn't enough. And so I quickly jump out of my seat, and I'm making like the worst noise in the world. I walk up, like I'm squeezing my cheeks. I'm Houdiniing up there like a fucking penguin. I slam my final down, and I'm like trying to get my way to the door. I get down the hall, okay? And this was one of those like module trailers for some reason. I don't know why. At the university had some of these. I get down like halfway. It was gigantic though. The security guard is sitting there by the door to leave. I try to go into the bathroom that's right beside him, and it happens.
No.
And like it happens a lot, and it's not like because I can't stop that. You know, it's you can't go chasing waterfalls once the waterfall starts going. And he's looking at me, making eye contact with me while it's happening, and I'm like, oh my God. So then I shuffle my feet to go into my car.
Wait, did you have pants on or shorts?
I had pants, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Why did I wear pants? I don't know, because it was hotter than balls, but I thank God wore pants. I get into my car, and all I can think of is I have to sit in this hot-ass car with no AC, and the windows can only be cracked a little bit because they don't work all the way. I drove home like that. I immediately, like, don't take off my jeans. I just go into the shower, like, let the water hit me and all the clothes, and then just ball them up and throw them away. It was my favorite pair of jeans because I was working at Hollister at the time because it was 2012, 2011. I don't know, like 2011, 2012. I was working at Hollister at the time because this is when they were trying to make their image look better. So they hired a Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And those jeans were expensive. Oh. And they were good jeans. And
why didn't you just wash them?
No. I would know every time I wore those jeans, those are my shit jeans.
Oh my God.
You can't be wearing shit jeans on a date.
I don't remember if I ever wore those stirrup leggings again. I hope not.
It would have to be PTSD to
Right.
wear them. I'd be mortified.
Oh my God. I don't even know what I did with them. I wonder if I told my mom.
Did your friend know?
No.
No one knew?
I mean, I didn't tell anyone. Maybe they knew and didn't say anything.
Dude, that's wild.
I know.
That's wild.
I know.
I would have thought that I would have been like, oh my God, I think I sat in your horse's poop or something like that. Like, you committed to that point.
I know.
Like, one time when I was in elementary school, I pissed my pants because I peed my pants all the time. I don't know why. To this day, I was just like, if I laughed too hard, instant pee. Like, I had no pee control. And so I remember sitting there at lunch and someone made me laugh and I peed. And I was in like 4th or 5th grade. I'm like, you're too damn old for this towel. So my smart ass was like, I'll just pour some milk on me. If I pour milk on me, they'll think it's spilled milk and not piss. So I dumped a bunch of chocolate milk into my lap on accident. I'm like, oh no.
But that's not a bad idea, though.
Mm-hmm. It's not.
That was pretty smart.
Yeah, until the milk dries and it smells like fucking curdled milk and piss. Because then I was like, it was fine. I'll just go outside and they're like, Tell, you're going to need to change your jeans. I'm like, but I need to change my underwear too. How do I tell the nurse, do you have also a pair of lost and found underwear I can use to piss myself? And it was snowing, so I just was like wiggling around in the snow a bunch and like playing in the snow with all of like my friends at recess and like just trying to like just completely soak my jeans. And it dried. And so literally for the rest of the day, I remember I was in 5th grade. Mrs. Hawkins was like, oh, that something doesn't smell great. And I'm like, girl, Becky Hawkins, you better shut the fuck up because everyone's going to know that I peed myself and then poured chocolate milk on me.
Oh my God.
And that's embarrassing.
Oh my God. Did you get pants from the Lost and Found?
No, I wore them the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
And I remember this so specifically because wet jeans.
Oh.
Like, I got home and it was just like, I swear to God, I had like a rash because it hurt so
my
bad.
God.
That's me, baby.
Oh my God. Wow.
So have you ever shit yourself as an adult though?
Oh, for sure. So Colleen's going to kill me, but so Colleen had this like rare form of appendix cancer and she had to get half of her colon removed.
Oh my God.
So clearly, you know, I mean, things travel through her quicker.
Yeah.
So, one time I was with my friend in St. Louis and my friend's also going to kill me in St. Louis. And so Colleen called me and she was crying and she was like, Emery, I shit my pants. I didn't make it. I'm so like, she was legit like crying because like Colleen's perfect and probably never pooped her pants before.
And like, it's different to poop your pants as an adult for no fucking reason at all. But it's different when you have an accident because there's like a medical thing happening with you. Like that's like a sinking feeling, I'm sure, for her.
Right. So she's like so upset. And so my friend was like, do you want us to tell you about times that we shit our pants? And she was like, yes, that'll make me feel better. So my friend was like, one time in the middle of the night, I just like woke up and had shit my pants. And she was like, I have no idea why or like how it happened, but like it was in the sheets and I didn't know what to do. So she was like, I pulled the sheet off and then I told my husband that I had laid on a chocolate bar.
No.
Yeah, swear.
Did she wash them?
I mean, I hope.
I would have thrown them away.
Maybe she did throw them away. No, she probably washed them.
The chocolate bar stained it forever. We need to throw it away immediately.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, how did that go over? Did it smell like a chocolate bar?
There's no way.
Yeah. So like shortly after this, I think Karma then was after me. And Colleen always makes fun of me because like she doesn't fart. Like that's one of the first things she told me, like before we even met, we were just like talking. She's like, I don't fart. And like literally in years, I've never heard her fart except one time when she was in the hospital and she had to fart or they wouldn't feed her.
Yep.
So, that was like the fart I worked the hardest for in my entire life. We did like all sorts of fucking exercises to get that fart out. And she was like so embarrassed the whole time. I was like pushing her legs back, doing like the bicycle.
Yes, that's what we do for, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing like everything that I could. And then when that little toot came out, like we were celebrating. I mean, she was mortified, but me, her mom on the phone, her sister was on the phone, the nurse, we were all celebrating. Colleen was like, and this doesn't count. It was medical.
Oh, I love her.
I know, and she's gonna actually kill me. But so anyway, but Colleen always says to me like, how can you fart? Like, how do you trust farts? And I'm like, obviously, you just trust them, right? Like all the time. And so I must have like grossly overestimated like my ability to fart. I think I was on an antibiotic, so I feel as if...
Oh, that's why.
That's why. And so I, overestimated, and I was still in my pajamas. So, and I had a robe on. And so I was like mortified that this happened, right? Because like I never have an issue with farting, So I like didn't know what to do. So I like went in the bathroom and I was like, Colleen, something happened. She comes in and she sees like my robe on the floor and my pajama pants and, the result of what happened. And I was like, I don't know what happened. And then
trusted the fart.
She cleaned it up for me.
Oh, that's actually really sweet.
I know. She really like doesn't love that she did that.
I don't know.
She's really horrified about it.
She's disgusted with herself.
It was really not a good scene. I was like, but I don't know what to do.
Because you know what? Clean up your partnership. That's love.
It is love.
That's love.
That's love. I never have had to clean up her shit, but I feel like getting the fart out was pretty nice of me.
Yeah. I'd clean up Jason's shit if he shit himself.
If Colleen was really upset, I'd probably clean up her shit. Maybe.
Probably. I bet you would.
But the one thing I can't do is throw up, like vomit.
Oh.
Like Colleen's one of those people that violently throws up.
No.
Where like it sounds fake. Have you ever heard someone who vomits like that?
Like, and you're like, that's not real. And then you look over and it's fucking real.
Yeah, and it's like an exorcism.
Yeah.
Like it legit looks like that. Like I
projectile.
can't even truly describe it to you other than like I'm afraid my neighbors are going to call the police because it sounds so horrible. And like in the beginning, I was better able to tolerate it. I don't know why. I think my stomach got weaker. But now, like instantly, like I feel like I'm going to throw up.
When you hear her throw up.
Yeah. So like this poor angel yesterday took an antibiotic and then, her stomach's like super sensitive now. And she's like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I'm sitting on the bed like, and she's like, Anne, help me. And I'm like, I can. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
It's so bad. And all I hear is, bleh!
And then exorcism.
Yes. Over and over. And
No.
It's not just once. It's like so many times. Yeah. So many.
Oh God.
So, I mean, I love you, Colleen, but I just, like, it's going to do no justice for both of us to vomit.
Ruby, you were so excited. If you're not watching this, we have a little doggy here with us, Ruby, and she's a puppy, I guess actually,
yes.
And she's in her land shark phase. she's in the mood to play. So embarrassing shit. You found a pretty alarming photo for me.
Yes. So on our little break, my friends from college reminded me of, two things. One, the Poopy Bandit.
The Poopy Bandit.
So circa 2008, 2007, 2008, on the Penn State campus, there was a Poopy Bandit that was going around shitting in buildings, in fraternity houses. Like, it was wild. No, to this day, no one knows the identity of the Poopy Bandit.
It's a mystery. It's one of the seven wonders. Right.
So, along the lines of the Poopy Bandit, one day we wake up. I think it was like a Saturday or a Sunday. And we lived in my sorority senior house. So it was like a house, and then we would park our cars like alongside the house. Mm-hmm. And I walked out to my car and saw a horrifying scene.
What was that?
It was a pair of boxers in the snow.
No.
In the snow. Boxers as if they had just been dropped.
Yeah.
And behind it was a giant poop log.
Like a shoe boxer, like a giant
Like
one.
Someone got hemorrhoids.
Oh,
squeezing
my God.
it out.
You know what? That's an accomplishment.
And there was skid marks on the side of my car. Someone shit on my car.
Or they tried wiping.
True. But now let me show the audience. This is going to have to force Tell to post this video because you're really going to miss this if you're just listening.
Oh.
Here is the photo.
We have to like superimpose that too onto the.
This is really telling my age, as you can see the time hop 15 years ago. Do you see that log?
That is disgusting.
I put Ruby's head on my friend's face because, no one needs to see her squatting over the poop. But, yeah, there it is. You see the boxers? Boxers. Yep. So my point is, someone had to fully disrobe.
Yes.
In order to get these boxers off. That shit is huge.
Like,
that had to hurt.
Well, or they have like really good like fiber intake. I don't know.
Even so, you would have to have a really large anus for that to...
The fact that someone did that is wild to me and wild behavior that I just can't get behind.
To this day, we don't know who shit on my car.
Well, it's... Okay, it's like... I was telling you the podcast, the Who Shit at My Wedding. Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's a giant mystery. You could make it like a Netflix docuseries. Who shit...
Who shit on my car? And why did someone shit on my car? And like, where did their pants go while they were shitting?
They were holding them.
You think?
No, I don't think so. I think they were. No, I don't know.
Did they take their shoes off?
I think they did. Because
there was snow on the ground. Like, I want to be clear.
There's not, because then they're probably wearing boots, maybe. Right? Probably.
You think?
It's snowing, maybe. So if they're wearing boots, they definitely can't like pull off their jeans.
True. Unless they're wearing sweatpants.
Even then, that would get stuck, and then you'd fall
right,
over.
And like, did they hold their sweatpants?
I don't know.
During it?
They had to have a friend with them that was helping.
Do you think?
I don't know.
I always wondered, like, they must have had to shit. You know what I mean? You can't just like shit like that on demand. So, like, was my car just the victim? Or was this intentional?
I feel like I like to think it wasn't intentional. I like to think they were just like, but here's the thing. That's a solid poo for it to not be intentional, right? If you're going to have as someone who has poo-pooed their pants many a time, it's not been necessarily the most healthy looking poo.
Right. Like, this person might have brewed this poo, like, all day.
All day. They had several cups of coffee, just waiting for that moment. So that's my thing. It's like, if it was an accident.
Yeah.
That's a healthy poop accident.
I don't know. I mean, we all know the Juicy Campus stories I told about.
That's true.
About my time at Penn State.
I'm surprised it wasn't on Juicy Campus that happened.
I think it might have been.
Okay, good. Because I was like, I cannot rest unless it did.
I think that's where everyone like found out about the Poopy Bandit.
Was through Juicy Campus?
Juicy Campus, yeah.
That is so funny to me.
Yeah. Like, Instagram didn't exist back then, like, we did what we could.
Right.
We must have posted it on Facebook because that time hop is from.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so cringe.
It really is. Like, if the Poopy Bandits out there listening to this, please tell us why you shit on my car.
We have to know.
I would love to know.
I feel like that's more embarrassing for them than anything that they would do that.
Like, it didn't bother me that there was shit on my car. I mean, it was barely on my car.
Yeah, like, you can just go take it to what's it called?
A car
shower.
wash.
Yeah, a car shower.
A car shower, yeah.
You can get that car a shower.
Yeah, just throw some snow on it and go.
Ooh, I don't know. That's something that's a lot.
It was a lot. And then another time our lawn got forked.
Wait, I used to fork lawns all the time. Wait, hold on.
Why?
Because it's funny. Do you know what we used to do?
What?
Because in Indiana, there was nothing to do. We loved political season because yard signs.
Uh-huh.
And then what we would do is we would steal the yard signs. Okay? We would steal them. I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know if it's a felony.
I'm sure
and
it's
if it
illegal.
is, then we didn't do it. It was after the election, though. We never did it before because that'd be rude.
Yeah.
Those are expensive.
That would be rude.
We would also sometimes steal cones, like traffic cones.
Oh.
And then what we would do is we would take all the yard signs we've collected for months.
Uh-huh.
And then the cones that we've collected for a while. And it was always in my trunk. And then, my mom was the one upset with us, and she's dead, so she can't be that upset. I'm telling the story now.
Right.
And we would go to someone's house, and we would yard them, as we would call them, or we would sign them, and we would put, like, hundreds of yard signs in their yard.
Oh my God.
It was always someone we knew or it was like someone we were friends with. It wasn't like ever malicious. And we'd like take pictures of us there and then we'd like later extend it to them. Or a couple times we like went back and like helped clean because it was a lot. But did you ever like TP or anything?
No.
What?
Never. I was like really well behaved until college.
You never TP'd someone?
No.
Oh
Never.
my God. That was
Never.
like the thing to do when I went again. There's nothing to do in Indiana anyways, but that was like you TP'd your friends.
No.
Shut up. Really?
No, I never forked a lawn either.
Oh, do you ever mash potato someone's? No?
What is that?
Seriously?
Yeah.
You know, like when there's like a little like morning dew and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, so when you know that's going to happen, you take box of instant mashed potatoes and you put it on their lawn and then it kind of turns into mashed potatoes because the water from the dew gets on it.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
This is like everyone.
Is that a thing?
Yes, we did it all the time.
Do you guys mash potato people's lawns?
I know, I have to know that too.
Yeah,
like,
please tell us.
I really know that's just an Indiana thing. Who's
Tell
doing
us
that?
if you've mashed potato lawns, shit on someone's car,
I mean,
forked a lawn, signed a lawn.
Signed a lawn. That was a fun one. That was so fun to do. Like, I remember that so distinctly doing it.
No.
I don't know. My mom would be so mad if I was, because she was so angry with me when she found this out.
Really?
She saw the signs in the garage one time because we got too many of them. They didn't fit my trunk anymore. She's like, what are these? And I'm like, they're yard signs. And she's like, why? And I was like, so we can go like sign someone's yard. And she's like, you need to get this out of the house right now. And she like, maybe she knows about a law. I don't know. But I was like, it's after this election.
Well, I mean, it is trespassing.
That's true. You know what? That's fair. But also signing them is trespassing. So
Yeah. There were a lot of illegal things you were doing. I don't know if it's illegal to shit on someone's car, though.
It's 100% illegal to shit in public.
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
And I'm pretty sure that's like biohazard, so 100%.
Oh. Is poop a biohazard?
Yeah, girl.
Oh.
It's gotta be. You don't know what's in poop
Yeah, that's true.
at any given time.
That's true. Ruby poops herself all the time.
She poops in my office all the time.
Ruby loves to poop in Tell's office.
She go running in there.
Oh my goodness.
I was on a call with one of the teachers that I work with, and they were telling me at the beginning of the call on Zoom, this was yesterday, that their mom had passed away. And I was like, that's devastating. And I was trying to be like, not trying to be, I was very empathetic. I'm like, oh my God, I totally get that. I was like, well, before we start this like meeting, do you want to talk about it a little bit? Like, I've been there, I get that. Like, it's really hard. And they're like, yeah. And they're just like telling me details about it. And they were like, it was really difficult because, watching my mom pass away in hospital, like, I can't imagine. And you know how I love to talk with my hands? Mm-hmm. And you know how, we use Zoom all the time? Mm-hmm. So as I was talking to them, I found out that Zoom has a feature that if you raise your hand or if you give a thumbs up, it'll read it and then send the person the raised hand or the thumbs up.
Oh my God.
And so as I'm talking like this, it reads my hand as a thumbs up.
No.
And so they're like, it's just difficult watching your mom slowly pass it. And then they get a ba-ding
of
my thumbs up. And it made a sound. I said, oh my God, I am so sorry. I'm mortified. And they're like, what? And I was like, I think it just did that. And I would raise my hand, it's doing that. And then we're doing this. And so they're laughing, thank God. I'm mortified. I'm trying to be like, if this happened to you when your mom passed away, you would have thought it was hilarious. But I was,
oh my God. I didn't know that.
I was so fucking embarrassed. I was like, thank God I know now because you can turn off the feature. But can you imagine having just like one of the deepest conversations with someone or like, talking with a client who's just like, having a really difficult day and they get like a little bing, like a little thumbs up. No, I'm not. I can't.
Oh my God.
Zoom
that's
owes
so funny.
So many people an apology for that. I was.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was something. There's nothing. I feel like embarrassing yourself in front of your friends or your family, like I feel like that's easy to get over. Mm-hmm. It is so different embarrassing yourself at work.
Oh my gosh, for sure.
Like, I don't know. That's just next level.
I can't even tell you like how many tantrums I've thrown at work in the past.
And then been like, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I didn't apologize.
That couldn't be me.
Like once you commit, you have to like
see it
go
through.
Yeah, full send.
Oh my God. So how do you recover from it?
You just double down,
No, I mean like afterwards.
Oh. Well, like my tantrum would be over, and then I would go on to the next thing and hope that like I got my way or whatever.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like that would have never worked for me, like teaching if I was the one throwing the tantrum instead of the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would just be like.
Well, I mean, part of the problem is like, and I'm sure this happens to you too, like I'm Italian, so like my baseline voice sometimes sounds like I'm yelling.
Yep.
So then when people like act like I'm like getting worked up when I'm just like passionate about something, that just like fuels me more. Yeah. And then it's sort of like, calm down. The worst thing you could ever say to me is calm down. Mm-hmm. Calm down to me is like, I am now on fire and I must transfer the fire to you and continue running around on fire without stop, dropping, and rolling until I feel better.
If someone looks at me in the fucking face and says, just breathe, I'm going to hold my breath now.
Oh my God.
I am going to spit fire at you now. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, same thing, because we're Puerto Rican. Like, the first time Jason met our family, he's like, why are you guys angry? I'm like, what are you talking about? We're just talking. If anyone ever tells me to just breathe, I'm like, I was fine. I'm not stressed. Now I'm pissed off, though. I wasn't angry or mad before, but I am now.
Yeah. Well, I should qualify by saying that I was in an administrative role when the tantrums were happening. It wasn't like in front of patients or anything.
Like...
It was like my brief brush with admin, and I learned very quickly that I'm not good at it.
No, I couldn't do that.
No. I mean, I was telling one of my patients this morning because she was talking about how she like stood up to one of her coaches and then like her coach called her dramatic. And I was like, listen, if you get called dramatic, like party on, boss. Like you are a bad bitch. And just accept that you're going to be called bossy, dramatic, emotional the rest of your life, and just know like you're winning.
Yeah.
Because you can't be a female and like be strong and advocate and speak up and like be the one that always speaks up without someone calling you dramatic, 100%. Emotional, whatever.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like that's like men's jobs or anyone who doesn't identify as a woman to be like supporting them in anything and all that they do. And the worst thing you do is call a woman dramatic or like emotional. Because I'm like, I've been in meetings where men are crying or screaming at the top of their lungs, and I'm just like, baby, like.
Or the worst is when women do it, because I'm like, bitch, you know that you're crying in a bathroom stall, just not in front of everyone else. So like, don't you be calling me dramatic. I'm sitting at this fucking table, bro.
No, 100%. You're saying when a woman tells you like to stop doing that. Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's why I get so mad when I see men screaming and crying in a meeting, and I'm like, but then they'd be the first one to tell a woman that they're being emotional. I'm like, baby, do you remember when Brett Kavanaugh was trying to be not trying to be, he's a Supreme Court justice, but when they were doing the interview processes, and he was like, they're like, he's like, it was so funny because he would like cry and like scream over like a few questions, and I'm like, you good, babes? Like, you have to be able to take a little bit more heat than that. Like, red in the face, I'm like, calm down.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, for me, like, when I would lose it, it would be, like, about a patient and, like, advocating for them. And, like, that's the reason why I had to go into private practice, because I have to be able to do things my way, because if I have to do things, like, in any sort of political way for like, you know, to watch the budget or to,
I'm not doing
like
that.
Keep staff, blah, 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 or ratios, whatever. Like, I can't. Right. I have to do what's in the best interest of my patient. And I'm just not good when I don't get my way with that.
I feel like, especially in the work setting, like I'm trying to get better about not like because I'm a man, because my parents weren't like that. They were like, be emotional. That's totally fine. I just have a very it's hard for me to show emotion because I don't always get my emotion. And then when I do show it, I'm like, is this too big? Like, I probably should reel it back. There's nothing like in a workplace setting, especially when you're advocating for someone. Like, when I would advocate for students and cry, like in the office, I'd be so embarrassed I was doing that, because I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm being weird or manipulative or whatever. But like, it is so frustrating. So I'm like, I should not be embarrassed about advocating for clients or for students. But like, y'all, sometimes.
I think part of my problem is I'm never embarrassed, like, doing that kind of stuff. So, like, my colleague that I actually started my private practice with
Yeah.
initially, which is like so ironic because he's also the person I have argued with the most in a
Yeah.
workplace setting ever. Never in our private practice, but
Right.
we would go to our regular job and it was like gloves are off. Like,
Right.
we were like getting called to the principal's office,
Yeah.
aka the CEO's
Yeah.
office. Like, it was not good. But like, it was one of those scenarios where like our personalities are so different that like I would be communicating, but he was like so quiet that like automatically I was the aggressive one
Yep.
because like my tone of voice or like what I was saying or like how passionate I would get about a certain case. Like, I'm a nurse. I feel like it like you get emotional about patients, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And some people like can separate it and I just can't.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe my embarrassment saves me from going. I mean, I guess I do go quite far, especially when it has to do with the client and like making sure that they're okay or that they're taken care of or that like they're being seen as a whole fucking human and not like, But I don't know. I'm so easily embarrassed. Like they're like, I don't know. I like going outside, for example, like. I always get told by my agent or by my manager, like, tell you need to record more. Like if you're at dinner, like record going out with friends, like all of your videos are like, you at home or you're never like showing what you do day to day. Do you know how embarrassing I think it is to take out my fucking phone at a Target and being like, Target haul?
I mean, that is embarrassing, I think.
I could not do it. Like the few times I've done it, if you watch videos, I'm like this. Because the video's like down here, because I'm not gonna let anyone know. I'm gonna secretly look like I'm recording this. And they're like, are you doing anything sketchy?
You have
I'm
to get like those
"No."
glasses that record.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know. Like I can't do it.
No, I can't do that either.
I don't know
I think
why.
that's like, yeah, it's weird.
There's so many things that I'm like, I don't know. Like I was talking to my manager and he's like, like, when you go to like red carpets, like, if you have someone take your phone, like I don't go to a lot of red carpets because I don't want to have to make content there. And you have to. Like that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's not something that I necessarily want. I got to get over this embarrassment thing. I know. I guess
Yeah.
like, I mean, shitting my pants in college is probably like, something that's okay to be embarrassed about or send a thumbs up. But like, I don't know. Embarrassing shit. Oh, hi, poopies.
What other embarrassing stories do you have?
Oh my God. Well, I have 1,000 because I've like, I don't know. I'm constantly embarrassing myself. Did I ever tell you about the time that well, there's the kidney stone incident where, so I had 4 kidney stones 2 summers ago or something like that. And I had to go get is it a CT or an MRI to see them?
It could be either.
Whatever. It was the one that isn't affected by metal.
It's not
It's
CT.
not. Okay, so I was going to CT scan. And it's because that one's not magnetic either, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. So I went to go get it done. And I went after I went to the gym. Mm-hmm. So I was heading home from the gym and I was like, I have enough time to like go home and like change my shirt because I was drenched in sweat, right? And I was like, I'm just going to change my shirt and my shorts and I'll go to the gym. It was the middle of summer. And so I get home and I was like, I'm not going to dirty another pair of underwear. I'm just going to throw on these like shorts and I'm going to go. Not a big deal. Like it'll be good. Well, I go there and I go into the room and this really nice older woman is like, so you can leave your shorts on. I just need you to take your shirt off and like your shoes and like any metal that you have on your wrist or your rings and I was like, okay. And then she looked at my shorts and my shorts they were sweat shorts but they had the metal tips. She was like, oh, you actually can't wear those, so take off your shorts and just get down to your like your underwear, your briefs, and shimmy under the blanket and you'll be fine. And I said, I don't have underwear on. And she was like, that's okay, just take the blanket and cover yourself, it's okay, right? I'm like, great, awesome. She leaves. I'm terrified that I'm going to get sucked into this machine. So I take off every piece of metal, right? No. It was the shorts she said I didn't have to take off.
Oh, okay.
She said that the metal would probably be fine. But I didn't believe that. Because I thought to myself, oh my God, there's going to be metal on this. So I took them off knowing there was no underwear on. That was what it was. Because I was like, no. she didn't know I didn't have underwear on, and she didn't know I was gonna go full fucking Winnie the Pooh when I'm doing this.
Oh my God.
So I take everything off. I get onto the table. I go into the MRI, do the whole thing, and then she, over the speaker, was like, okay, thank you so much, Mr. Williams. Now you can put on your clothes and you can come on out. And I said, okay. So I go over there. I think I'm like alone in the room. I put on my watch first. I put on my shirt then. I have no pants on. Full Winnie the Pooh moment. Just shirt, nothing on bottom. I'm like taking my time I had an earring in. I'm trying to put the earring in, trying to put the necklace on that I had. And then I don't know what possessed me, but I happened at the corner of my eye to look at the front of the room. The room's huge. Mm-hmm. It's a giant glass window where the people were behind watching the goddamn fucking MRI.
Oh my God.
And
you didn't know that?
No, because when I walked in
to
the door, immediately I'm like, you walk in, and if I would have looked to the left of me, like on the where the door was on the wall, I would have saw the mirror, but I didn't. I was like, going into the room. And again, it's huge. I never once looked over there.
They were like, we did not order this package today.
They sat there and they were probably like, we're calling the police, sicko. I was so embarrassed. I have everything on. My hat, necklace, earrings, everything except for pants.
Why didn't you put your pants on first?
I don't know. I look over and I can see them doing busy work, and I was like, I throw that on, I go out there, and I immediately thought, as soon as I walked out there's going to be a police officer. And she's like, okay, thank you so much. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know that there's a window. And she's like, what? It's like, there's metal on my pants. You told me to take off all the metal, and there's metal on my pants. I didn't want to get sucked in the machine. And she was like, okay. Like, she definitely acted like nothing happened, that she didn't see me completely look insane. I was mortified. Found I had 4 kidney stones though, but mortified.
That I would love for them to have been able to comment on that experience the way people commented on your post.
I made a video of it the same day. I don't even know if I got out of the parking lot before I said it. I was like, people have got to know how fucking embarrassed I am right now.
Oh my God, that is so embarrassing.
Yeah, it's fine. I still haven't recovered. Every time I can feel my body just being like, I've never in my life thought I'd walk into a hallway and then being like, this is our security officer. He's walking you out.
Oh my God.
Why did you do that? It's fine. It's totally fine.
But you said it was a CT.
Yes.
So why were you taking metal off?
I didn't know the difference. I even asked you, I don't know the difference between an MRI, CT, or whatever. I thought that all the machines you went into suck
Do you know
metal.
What the M stands for in MRI? Magnetic.
Well, there we go. I had no idea. I didn't even know if I was getting an MRI or CT. Like, I just knew I was being put into this giant machine. I don't know if they look different.
Oh my God.
Which makes it worse, because like everyone I talk to is like, it doesn't work like that. But then I heard of people's like braces being like pulled from their fucking mouth on MRIs. I don't know. I've watched too much Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, seriously. Oh my God. I cannot.
I know. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that like the woman never says anything.
It was probably the best part of her day.
Or she probably generally did not see anything. She was too busy like working that.
No, I'm sure she saw.
Oh God, I don't know.
I'm sure she saw.
It's just not the life I want to be living.
I mean, yeah. When I was trying on wedding dresses, I went like for my fitting and I forgot to wear underwear.
No.
Yeah. I had to tell the woman because they like put you in the dress, So I was like, do you think we could maybe like keep my pants on for this part?
And she was like, no.
Yeah. Well, I owned the dress at that point, so she was like, it's fine.
That is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I know.
Girl, listen, this is why you have you ever heard of like when you're traveling or packing, you pack like 2 or 3 extra pairs of underwear?
Yeah.
I've like learned that now. Like when I was in Indiana for 10 days, I brought like 15 or so pairs of underwear, and I was like, if I shit my pants half the days, I'm good.
That's true.
But I feel like that's one of those things where maybe like always have like a Ziploc bag of like clean underwear in case you have to go try on a wedding dress.
That's true. I should keep some underwear in my glove compartment or something.
Yeah. When I was in college.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Okay. When I was a freshman in college, I lived like an hour and 10 minutes away from home. And my parents called me and they're like, we're taking your room and we're going to kind of make it your mom's like craft room. Well, when I turned 18, my friends took me to what's called the Lion's Den. Do you know what that is?
No,
It's
but
like
we had a bar named that at Penn
okay.
State.
It's an adult toy store,
Oh.
but it's like the size of like a Walmart. It's huge.
Oh
It's
my
gigantic.
goodness.
So they took me there for my 18th birthday and got me a vibrating banana, which is hilarious.
Wow.
Like so funny.
Did you
right?
pick it out?
No, it was just like they just like we're gonna get you this because it's funny because you're 18. Because I was like I turned 18 like after my senior year. I was young for my grade.
Yeah,
And
so was I.
It was like everyone did it when they turned 18. They went there. Their friends took them. Whatever.
Oh, got it.
So I just what do you do with that? Because it's like it's funny, but like so I just put it at the top of my drop ceiling in my bedroom because my bedroom is in the basement. So when I got news that like they were going to renovate the entire room for my mom's craft room, I'm like, I'm coming home this weekend.
Oh,
Because I was like,
my
what do I
God.
do? So I come home just like visit or whatever, but really to, facilitate trying to get into the drop ceiling. And so I grab everything that was in there. And my roommate at the time like loved watching Family Guy together on Sundays. And like him and I were completely different. We were like paired up with each other, like the random.
Yeah.
So it's like the one thing we had in common. So we like stuck with that. I'm driving and I'm going to be late. And he was super nice. But like, again, when you're a freshman in college, like there's no emotional maturity. So he was like very much like, always wanted to know where I was at. Always wanted to know what I was doing. Who was I with? Like very, like it was just too much. So I knew he'd be super upset if I was late just for Family Guy. So I'm speeding through Wolf Lake, Indiana. And I get pulled over by a cop.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know what to do with the vibrating banana. So I threw it in my glove compartment.
Mm-hmm.
And when I threw it in there, it turned on. So the cop comes
Stop.
and I turned on the car. The cop says he needs to see my license and registration. I give him my license. He's like, I need to see your registration. And all you hear is zzz. And I'm like, what?
Was your registration in the glove compartment?
Yes.
Oh.
Where else do you put it?
My God.
So I was like, oh my God. So I'm trying to Houdini my hand in there and just to grab the little plastic, because at the time I was very organized. I was like one piece of plastic that was like wrapped in there, right? Mm-hmm. That you put your insurance and everything in it. And I'm trying to like get into it. And the glove compartment thing just drops and the banana comes out and it's just like vibrating there. And we both look at it and he looks back at me. And then he was like, I don't need to see it. And gave me a warning.
Oh,
and then I was able to
God.
go. So listen. Dildos save lives.
Oh my God. I mean, that's at least it saved you money.
My parents would have been so mad.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I don't know that I would necessarily recommend keeping underwear in your glove compartment, maybe in the trunk.
Well, one time I did get pulled over, like basically wearing underwear.
Was it Halloween?
No.
Oh.
It was, if we flash back to my toxic relationship story, it was part of like one of the many like wildly insane things that I did where I like knew that she was somewhere that she was saying she wasn't. And so I was like going to prove it, right? Like I like wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I'm going to figure this out because all of a sudden like her location's off and whatever.
Yeah.
And I called like 7,000 times and she answered once and I could tell she was in a bathroom. You know what that means. So I was like, I'm going to see. Yeah, she was shitting. I'm going to see if you are where you say you are. And meanwhile, this was in Maryland. She was saying she was at her uncle's in Maryland. Okay. I am in Downingtown, Pennsylvania.
Girl, you drove there.
So I throw myself in the car wearing my little tiny like pajama shorts, right? And like whatever pajama top, no bra. And I'm like charging there, right? No. Like I call my mom on the way and I'm like, Mom. She's like, are you okay? Because it's like the middle of the night at this point. I'm like, I just need you to talk to me while I'm trying to prove that my girlfriend's cheating on me.
Oh my God.
And my mom's like, what? So it gets better. So as I'm talking to my mother, when she's already horrified that this is going on.
Right. She's like, I'm not doing this.
I get pulled over.
No.
Okay. But like, I wasn't speeding. Okay. So I'm like, I don't even know like what this is. Right. So the cop comes up to the car and he's like, ma'am. And I was like, yes. like wearing the shorty pajamas, right? Like imagine the matching set from like the Ross Dress for Less.
I like to also think though that like you have like complete mascara running down your
Oh,
face, like
for
an absolute
sure.
mess. Like you do not
For
look
sure.
okay.
I don't look okay. My hair is for sure not done. Like I don't have shoes on. Also, let me just stress I don't have shoes on. So in my head, what I always do to get out of a ticket is say that I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
And like that I'm leaving the hospital, going to the hospital,
He's
whatever.
like-
And actually the one time I actually was driving to the hospital to work, the cop was like, well, you can tell your boss you're going to be late, and gave me a ticket anyway.
Ooh,
But that's an
spicy.
aside. So like just like second nature, I said to the guy like, I'm a nurse practitioner and I was just on my way home from work, but then I'm thinking in my head like, wait,
you ain't got no shoes on.
I have no shoes on and I'm wearing these shorty pajamas from the Ross Dress for Less. But then it was too late. Like I had to commit to it. And I was like, yeah, it's just really late and blah, blah, blah. He's like, you know that you passed a police car without getting on the other side of the road. And I was like, sir, I didn't even know that was a law. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I'm going to be so fucking real. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Like I truly didn't. And like, I guess I didn't pay attention in driver's ed. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, apparently I was supposed to like go in the
You're supposed
other
to kind of like,
lane.
or at least just give space. Yeah.
Yeah. And he had someone else pulled over and whatever. So that's what he pulled me over for. And he was like, bless his heart. He was like, listen, my wife is a nurse. I understand what it's like coming back from work. Meanwhile, in his head, he's probably like, this bitch is 100% lying. But thank God he didn't make me go on the whole, my girlfriend's cheating on me and I'm just driving to Maryland.
It's giving the astronaut that wore the diapers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. And like, is it legal to drive without shoes on? I'm not sure.
Is that one of those like the light being on in the cabin of the car and it's actually not illegal, but we were told it was? I think it's illegal to drive with like flip-flops on or something, or maybe it's just stupid too. Yeah, it can kill you. Yeah, and driver's ed, we could not drive if we had flip-flops.
Oh.
Yeah.
I drive without shoes on like literally all the time.
I think that driving without shoes can't be an issue, but like driving with flip-flops, the flippy floppy part can get stuck, and then you would be like not able to pull, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, for sure, like it was less probable that I was coming from the hospital without shoes on.
I mean, I would be like, someone shit all over me.
I know.
I had to go to the Ross Dress for Less.
But like I thought to myself, like, I'm just going to go with the most simple answer is the answer. And then it was like, it was like I was on another planet. I dissociated and didn't realize that I had gotten up in the middle of the night in my shorty Ross Dress for Less pajamas without my hair done, with my makeup streaming down my face.
Right.
And
that's where you say, oh my God, my friend's having her baby.
Yeah.
I'm going now to see them at the hospital.
I wasn't speeding though. So it had to be like, I was like dissociated for some reason.
I was on the
you know
phone
what I
with
mean?
her, yeah.
No, I was just like, listen, it was a beautiful day to save lives, and I am.
It's beautiful, and they're like at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yep. I was about to start singing like Chasing Cars or something, and like make it like a real Grey's Anatomy moment.
I would have. You got to make that shit
But
believable.
thank God, because if his wife wasn't a nurse, praise be to cop's wife being a nurse. I don't know, that it would have been so embarrassing. I mean, it was embarrassing, but then I was like, well. But then I turned around and went home. That was the best part.
See, that's the good thing, because that's the, what's it called? That's the barrier. That's the blockage we needed. For you to say, you know what? Not this.
Yeah.
Not this.
Yeah. I mean, in hindsight, I could have caught her a lot sooner than with the pen recorder. Right. But, you know, at that point, I was like, I've already risked too much.
I've already seen myself. I've had to reflect. I look
like, I'm surprised he didn't make me do a field sobriety test, because, like, who drives like that, looking like that, with the tube mascara down my face?
I didn't necessarily look like that, but I got pulled over and had to do a field sobriety test, and it was the most humbling and embarrassing thing I've ever had to do in my fucking life. And I was like, I had no idea why. I wasn't same with you, was not speeding, nothing. And he made me go through all of it, and I said, can I just take a breathalyzer? Like I'm he's like, nope. And so he makes me go through all of it, and then was like, I can smell alcohol. I'm like, I've not been drinking. And I'm like this, and he smells my arm, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, sir, that's tanning lotion. And then he's like, someone called and said you were erratically driving. Like, you were driving, like, all over the road. I'm like, I'm just a bad driver. And he's like, no. So he made me do the whole sobriety thing. And he gets to the end of it and he goes, you're really just that fucking bad at driving? I said, I guess. I'm like, I didn't, like, I didn't go blow through a stop sign. He's like, no, but you're swerving all over the road. I'm like, I'm just not good at, like, my phone was in my back seat. Like, I really am just not a good driver.
My biggest fear is having to do a field sobriety test because my balance and coordination is so bad that I feel like I would fail, like dead ass sober.
I just feel like they're not made for us to do well on.
Right. Like, I think, what do they make you do? Like, you close your eyes and you have to, like, raise one leg or something?
Yeah. It's what I had to do is I had to go toe to toe, like heel to toe in a line, and then
I fall over when I try to do that.
Like, well, thank God for dance because I was able to do that super easily. In penny loafers, nonetheless, like actual penny loafers with the penny in them.
Oh my God!
Why would I wear them without? And then I had to do the nose thingy, and then I had to stand on, but he didn't make it go like up. You just hold your foot out a little bit.
Oh.
So like you have to stand on one foot, but the other one just goes out a little bit. And I was kind of like, this is a little ableist. Like, what if someone just can't do this shit? Or he's like, can you take your right hand? And I'm like, do like the L thing. He looked at me like I had 12 heads. I'm like, what? I don't know which one's my running off right now. Like I never know because I'm ambidextrous. So it's not like I can make it the one I write with. Well, I can write with both of them. And yeah, at the end of it, he was like, you're just a bad driver. I'm like, yeah. Oh, he tried to get me to do the alphabet backwards. I'm like, sir, I teach pre-K. I barely know the alphabet.
Oh my God. I could never do that.
No.
That's when I give a mental status exam and I have someone do like serial sevens. Like, I'm like, where you count back from 100 by 7.
How do you do that?
Exactly.
That's a thing? Why isn't it by like 5s or like...
Everyone passes, like, besides me.
No.
I think. Yeah.
What's the first one? 100? 93?
Yeah, I was literally about to say 73.
93.
93.
80.
86? No. 80. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7.
I can do 7, 14, 21, 28.
Well, that's not it.
I know, because you have to do the other way.
Can you spell world backwards?
World?
Yeah.
Like the world?
Like the word world.
D. R.
No.
Hold on, I'm dyslexic though, so wait, hold on. W-O-R-L-D.
It's so hard. I can't either.
R-O-W. W-O-R-L-D. D-L-R-O-W. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even pay attention to you just doing that. But I mean, the mental status exam. I don't know. I hope no one ever gives it to me because they'll be like, you have early onset dementia.
Oh my God. There's no way I could do that. I could not. Oh my God. Like, I didn't know those existed. I can't even do the Z through A, let alone world backwards.
Yeah, my best friend's dad was in the hospital. They thought he had Alzheimer's, but he ended up having brain on fire.
What's that?
Did you ever see the movie Brain on Fire? Read the book Brain on Fire?
No.
Oh, well, it's a movie and a book about a girl who they thought was just having like a psychotic break, and so they were putting her in all these like hospitals, like psychiatric hospitals and whatever, but like she kept saying like something's wrong with me. And she ended up having autoimmune encephalitis, which is basically like your brain, like your body attacks your brain.
What?
Yeah.
How do they fix that?
Steroids.
And does it work?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't like fully reverse because it's autoimmune, so like you're pretty much like you use IVIG and steroids, but like her dad, when I originally gave the mental status, like couldn't fold the piece. You have in the mental status exam, you have to fold a piece of paper, and like he could not fold it. Like it was he did spell world backwards and count backwards, and at that point I was like, oh, he's fine. But then we got to the paper, but yeah, like it was wild. And the doctor I worked for that I always talk about, I was like consulting him the whole time, and he was the one that was like, have them order an autoimmune panel on the spinal fluid, and they found the antibodies.
I've never heard of this.
Never heard of Brain on Fire?
No, it sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
I've heard of This Girl's on Fire by Alicia Keys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so they started giving him steroids, and he's like 1,000,000% better. But, you know.
I think the next episode we should do, we should do like rare disorders. And also, you should give me the mental status exam and see if I can do it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I should do that. We should just give each other tests that will just make us look completely incompetent so no one will come see us ever.
That's not going to be hard for me because I can't even 7 down from 100 or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I still like count on my fingers sometimes.
I still do. I do touch math. Did you ever learn touch math?
What's that?
It was for kids that were in remedial math. So because I couldn't read, like I really couldn't do math. So they taught me touch math, and it's when each number has a certain amount of points on it, and that's how you can count. So like if a 5 is like this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can make points, like dots on that number that correspond with what the number is, and that's how you can
But
add.
I don't get it.
It's like 1 has 1 dot on it. 2 has 2 dots on it. 3 has 3 dots. So then when you see them and you're counting and you're like, how much is 4?
Dots?
How much is 4 plus 3? So you could say 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 dots on 4. There's 3 on 3. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I was really bad at the mad minutes because I had to touch every number and figure out what it was. Or like around the world, I was terrible at those games.
Oh my gosh. Did you have math maintenance?
What's that?
Oh. Like when I went to Catholic school, so maybe it's just a Catholic school thing, but it was this like handwritten like paper, and there for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so like 5 columns, and there were like 5 problems, and so every day you had to do like the 1 column, and then you got like a grade at the end of it. But they were like all sorts of, it wasn't like what you were learning, it was just like whatever. I was so bad at it, like so bad. And if you got 1 wrong, there's only, now I'm gonna have to do mental math, 25 questions on a whole math maintenance. So like you get a few wrong and like I'm getting grounded.
We had like mad minute, but we didn't have math maintenance.
Oh yeah, no.
Did you have the mad minutes where you had like 30 multiple choice or whatever questions you had? It was like it was easy, like multiple choice, sometimes division, subtraction, addition.
No.
And you had a minute to see how many you could do.
No.
Yeah.
No. I remember some sort of like game board thing that you used to like slide things to add.
Sequence. Oh no, that's not sequence. But sequence is a game that's kind of like that.
Oh.
I still love playing sequence. I don't know how to play it now. Sequence, not sequence. Sequence.
I thought you were saying sequence. I was like,
I didn't know that there was a difference between the word sequins and sequence. And so when I worked at a theater as their hair and makeup designer, I'd have to work with a costume designer about like trying to make everything cohesive. I'm like, are they gonna be wearing sequins? She's like, what? They're gonna be like sequences. And she's like, what's a sequence? I'm like, like a sequence. She's like, a sequin? And I was like, that's what I said. There are 2 different words.
That's a good topic to do a podcast on because I have a weird accent, people tell me.
It wasn't an accent, babes. It was me having no idea those were 2 different words. It had nothing to do with an accent.
You thought they were synonyms?
Mm-hmm. I sure did. Sure as shit did.
Are you sure you just didn't think sequence was pronounced sequence?
Mm-hmm.
You thought sequence was sequence.
If I'm writing a bunch of words, that's a sequence.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm wearing something, that's a sequin. And there's multiple, it's sequins.
Sequence.
Oh. Yeah, no,
okay, well, maybe that's not an accent.
You're trying to be very nice and give me the benefit of the doubt, but I just didn't know there was a difference. No idea.
Oh.
And that's on me.
I just say words wrong, I guess. Like I say donkey.
Instead of donkey.
Or library.
I said volleyball. I didn't know.
Volleyball?
Yeah, volleyball.
That's not an accent.
No. It's, again.
Everything you're saying is not an accent.
Because volleyball makes more sense than volleyball because you're bouncing a ball in the air. So it's a volleyball.
More than volleying a ball back and forth.
I don't need this. Oh my God.
Do you know how long it took me to figure out? Like, people would always tell me that I say the word boat and home wrong, like weird, but like I couldn't get it. Like, I'd be like boat, and I hear someone else say boat, and I'm like, yeah, it's the same thing. Boat.
Boats and I don't know how you do it. Boat.
How do you say home?
Home.
Home.
But with my Midwestern accent, I feel like home and mom. How do you say mom?
Mom.
Mom?
Mom.
We're probably saying it completely different or the exact same, and people are like, what are they doing?
How do you say MAD?
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 MAD.
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 Mad?
Mad. I say everything with a ah sound because I'm from the Midwest.
Oh, I
We
say
say
mad.
everything like this. Well, I don't. No,
Mad, bad.
Mad, bad.
Bad.
Bad. Bad.
Do you say bad?
Bad. Bad.
Can you tell that I have an accent?
Mm-hmm.
You can?
Yeah, everyone here does, though. Like
The same accent?
I don't know if it's the same.
I have a Delco accent.
When I moved here, I told you about my student, and I was working with the teacher. Love Miss Heather. She's amazing. And she was like, hey, Cora needs this. And I'm like, okay, Cora. And she's like, what are you saying? I said, Cora? That's not her name. Her name's Cara. And I was like, Cara. And she's looking at me, she's like, tell. Cara. It's like, Cara. And she's getting so frustrated with me. And then, like, they're laughing. And the teacher next door is hysterically laugh. She's like, tell, her name's Kara. And I said, oh, Kara? And she's like, yeah, Cara. And I was like, you're saying a completely different name, babes. Like, Cara is,
Cara.
I've known Caras.
Cara.
But Kara and Cara are two different names. But her Philly accent was so strong that she didn't say, she was saying Kara, but her accent said Cara. And I was like, oh, well, that's a different name. So when I was saying Cara, she's like, that's not the name. I was like, y'all, I can't be doing this here. It was like, that was like my first day ever working here when I moved. I'm like, this is going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day if I can't
Did you
even
hear
get kids'
water
names.
on your first day,
Yes, I
too?
did. Water.
Water.
Water. It's
No,
weird.
it's not like that. It's like water.
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 Winnie. I thought Wawa was named after that. But it's actually like...
After water?
Yeah, because you guys say water weird here.
You thought Wawa was named for water.
Girl, I thought Wawa was only a gas station. So I asked people why they were getting gas station food.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Did everyone hate you when you moved?
So mad. When we had an in-service and they brought breakfast and they brought sizzlers or whatever they're called. And I was like, I'm not eating gas station food. And they were like, what? I'm like, I'm not going to eat gas station food. And I wasn't even trying to be like obnoxious, but I'm like, I'm not going to, well, now I would, because if you've ever had a 7-Eleven hot dog, they're amazing.
I love 7-Eleven.
Oh my God. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put a whole ass like gas station sandwich in my mouth in front of new people I just met. And they were like, Wawa's not a gas station. Like, it is more than that. And it didn't start at a gas
Wawa's
station.
weren't even gas stations.
Right. It didn't start at that. It started at bodegas and stuff. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
Bodegas?
Yeah. Like, where you'd go get, like, some snackies.
We have never called a Wawa bodega ever.
What'd you call it before that?
Wawa.
But what would you consider Wawa before
Just
that?
Wawa.
It's its own entity.
Yes.
Wawa is Wawa.
No.
It was not a bodega.
That's like a Mac machine.
Hmm?
Like I gotta go tap Mac.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like a Mac machine, like the brand, like when Mac machines came, when ATMs came out, they were like Mac machines.
I've never heard it. Why was it called a Mac machine on an ATM?
I don't know. I think it was maybe like the company that made them.
So why would you just...
So we used to say like, I have to go tap Mac.
I just have to go to the ATM.
Oh, yeah, no. But that's why I'm saying, like, that was a Mac machine. Like, Wawa's a Wawa. And, you know, like, hanging out in front of the Wawa was, like, what we did in Delco.
That's very Arnold of you.
It is. I mean, the second that I talk to a patient, I can tell if they're from Delco or not.
Well, the accent's, like, very...
Yeah, you know, yeah. Kate Winslet said that was the most difficult accent she's ever learned.
Girl, I am not surprised because I still haven't been able to master it.
Well, it doesn't make sense. I've read like
Nothing
a million
does.
articles about it. There's no rules to it.
There's none because it's not. There's
Yeah.
just not.
Like we say bad, mad, but we say sad, which makes no sense.
No. So, like, fix it.
Well, I can't.
I'm calling Delco.
My niece tries to get me to fix it all the time. She'll be like, Amy, it's not water, it's water.
And you're like, that's incorrect.
Amy, that's wrong. I'm like, I'm always right, Sloan. So.
Impossible. I couldn't be wrong. And then
Yeah.
you throw a tantrum. to
You're
show that
saying
you're
it
right.
wrong. Oh, yeah. Throw a tantrum for sure. Oh, my God.
I feel like we've definitely embarrassed ourselves
Enough. Oh my God. This is just another thing for my mother-in-law to listen to and be like, she had these fucked up relationships and now she's shitting her pants and talking about my daughter shitting her pants.
She's shitting her pants, driving in her underwear, and taking pictures of people's shadoobies outside her car.
Seriously. I would just like to extend an apology to Colleen, who is probably going to get into a fight with me for talking about her shitting her pants. But happy retirement.
Huzzah. Okay, sorry. I should close out, but I'm playing with the dog. Me and Ruby are playing. Was in her tornado for a second because she's dressed like Dorothy right now.
Now you're not paying attention to me telling Colleen not to hate me and happy retirement.
No, we should say happy retirement. We should sing her something.
Oh, yeah. What should we sing her?
I'll just send her the Vitamin C graduation song instead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's appropriate. 13 years in the military, Vitamin C. We remember.
We all danced that. We all walked down the aisle.
Oh, my God. 8th grade graduation.
Mm-hmm.
I could still jam to that song.
Mm-hmm. It was a bop.
Yeah.
It was a bop.
No, I made Colleen a video. It's posted on my Instagram if you want to see it. But the song Always Be a Soldier, when I was making the video, I was like legit sobbing.
You're
like sobbing. And that little, the man that you loved in the video, when he would speak those words, I was just like a mess.
Because he was being so kind.
I know.
And those
beautiful.
kind eyes.
Yeah.
And he had those kind eyes.
And that police badge.
Yeah, Oh my goodness. All right, let us know. I think we might be set up with our next, trying to do the what's it called, the mind test.
Mini mental status.
We'll try that next time, but let us know what kind of episode you want to hear. We've got a couple DMs from people that was like, hey, talk about this or talk about that.
Right, we have some fans.
We do. We have some.
I love that for us.
So feel free to message us. We check them and we'll talk about all the things. This is how this episode came about. We listened to talk about embarrassing shit, so we did. So hit us up next time.
Yeah, I texted 2 friends from college and they were like, talk about shitting yourself.
Yeah, so we did.
Like, let's do it.
Yeah. Do it. Message us. We'll see you next time. We'll tell Ruby to dress like the Wicked Witch.
Yes. Perfect. Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.